Yeah, Gary Coleman. Right? Or his name Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
Gary Coleman. The nigga's like 5'3".
Gary
Coleman's a midget.
Imagine. Hey, we had Gary Coleman.
This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow.
Happy belated, mama. You know what I'm saying? We're going to celebrate later.
Welcome to Unofficial Experts. Got my man Odie-san, because he's replacing Macho.
Special guest.
Shout out Macho. My man's in San Antonio right now at a wedding.
He's on holiday.
Danny Do and FF Skeen. Unofficial Experts. All right, man. The first thing that I want to get into today is that dunk contest. How y'all feel about Aaron Gordon getting robbed for two straight dunk contests?
It's almost criminal.
It is criminal.
It's almost a criminal robbery, bro. That shit is messed up.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
It sucks.
My man
just sucks.
put his heart out.
Bro, he looks like an acrobat. Like what did you tell me? Rachel said that that it's like a
like
ballerina.
A ballerina, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He looks
Shout
like
out
a
to Rachel.
ballerina.
I love you, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Like he literally looks like a ballerina out there in the air once you like do it in like slow motion, and he's doing stuff outside the box. Like he's not just putting it through his legs. Right. He's like really contorting his body. He's jumping
timing,
over people and
everything.
in midair and just
he did a lot of different dunks. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Derrick Jones he kept on doing the same
He was Mr.
dunks.
Through his legs,
Through his legs on every dunk.
Everything
attempt.
went through his legs. That
was
muscle
like that
memory.
One dunk
That's
contest.
all he had.
Remember that people had that controversy about Dominique Wilkins, like, oh, he was just doing one dunk and
the windmilling with two hands.
He's just windmilling with two hands and jumping off
from
two
every side of the basket. He was just windmilling from two hands, but it was mean though.
But
it was mean. It was eye level
mean.
with the rim. It was everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Dominique, I like Dominique. He's one of my favorites too.
It's just a shame that they like literally robbed him, man. Because like his first time getting robbed, bro, he did a whole ab workout and jumped over a mascot. You know what I'm saying? Like how many people in this on this planet Earth is really jumping over somebody like you're sitting down like this?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Bro.
That's the one when he was like this, right? Yeah, that's wild.
Like,
with his
bro,
offhand, too.
that dunk right there has to be one of the craziest dunks in NBA dunk contest history.
Facts.
I like the one
You know
with
what I'm
the
saying?
when the mascot was like
he likes the one
spinning
with, like,
around.
the mascot
Yo,
was,
that's
like, spinning
so
on, like, the
crazy to me,
hoverboard
son. Oh
and
my
shit
god.
like that.
Because the timing it takes for that. Because the
and the
mascot's
ball-
spinning too.
Yeah, and the
Not
ball
only
is
does he do a
moving
360.
with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So it's
saying.
like-
the ball's
yeah,
moving. He's
yeah.
got to
You gotta
catch it, do a
catch that
360,
on time.
Yeah.
put his head
You gotta
behind his
catch-
hand,
Yeah.
and throw it down. It was amazing. I loved it.
But I feel like yo, he said in a post conference like, yo, I'm not doing another dunk contest no more. I feel like, you know, they're like robbing me, which he has every single right to.
I wouldn't do it either if I was him. I'd be done with it.
If I was the NBA, I would beg him, because I would try to put together my own dunk contest that everybody, like, you know how Dana White puts fights together that he wants to see.
He's
Yo,
amazing.
if I was Adam Silver, bro, I will put a
does
dunk
that.
contest that fans would love to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Derrick Jones, Zach LaVine, and
Everybody that they
Aaron
want.
Gordon.
To it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they have to. They have to
Yeah,
agree to it.
you got to
but-
get there, and that's the thing. When you piss players off like this, nobody wants to do it no more. He doesn't want to do it no more.
Right.
Zach LaVine won too. He doesn't feel like he has to do it no more. You know, like when
Yeah.
you win a certain amount, you don't win, and then people are too big. LeBron's never did it,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You never seen LeBron do it. Kobe did it once, but he did it when he was a young Kobe in his second year. When you're big, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
Zion said that what did he say, if his team goes in if his team makes the playoffs or something like that, like
He'll do it next year or something.
He's gonna do it next year.
Promising
or
This is
people
gonna
something
be
shit for-
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
nah,
crazy.
Zion
He's
would.
bananas.
Oh my
He
god.
would.
He's bananas.
And they would be
things-
power dunks too.
Yeah, like they'll be
throwing it.
Dominique on
viciously.
steroids,
power.
like
Shaking the
moving.
rim.
They'll be crazy
Crazy.
power.
That's why
dunk.
Zion's such an amazing dunker, because it's like a mixture of like a Dominique and a Jordan type with a power, and he's finesse, because
Power
he's
and
moving
he's-
in the air
Yo, he's
nice
moving.
too.
Yeah,
He's acrobatic,
agile.
yeah, he's moving
just
everything,
agile,
just
bro.
He's
crazy.
just throwing shit down.
Crazy how he
No,
gets up.
that was a
real.
terrible robbery.
Nah, man, that was
Yeah.
that was
3-point
that
shootout
was
wasn't so
horrible.
bad. you
3-point
know?
shootout
was
That was
interesting.
you can't really rob anybody in that. You know,
like you gotta
It is
make
what
your
it is,
shots,
you make 'em,
and
yeah,
you have
make
to
'em
actually
miss.
do it seriously. Like me and
I
Tay
like
was
the
talking
I like
off
the deep
camera.
shots now. How
Oh,
they
the
got that
four-
in
the
there.
the
four-point,
4-pointer,
yeah.
yeah.
Four-pointers are
That
three.
four,
Nah,
It's
I-
a 3, I think.
no, I thought they added. It's like
It's
an
a
extra
4
point or
point?
something. Yeah, I think it's
Oh.
an extra point they added to it.
wait, nah,
pretty
I
sure.
think
I think
you're
it's
right
3,
because
bro.
like regular balls
Regular
are
ones
like
are
one.
1.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
yeah,
and
no.
then the money
yeah,
ball
yeah.
is
the
two.
white,
It is.
red,
It's
and,
worth 3.
blue
You're
ball
right.
Green ball
You're
is
right.
2, and then
Yeah.
the green ball.
I'm thinking
that
one.
they
I'm
just
thinking
added
one
is
extra they
3
added
points,
was on the
right?
3-pointer.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
that's-
yo.
I like it too.
But
That
if
is cool.
but if Trey Young would actually did it more like seriously, because
Yeah,
like you know how you have players that like it's All-Star weekend, they're not doing anything serious, they're just doing it for like the fans and
He was
stuff.
my favorite one going into it.
Yeah, of course,
honestly.
Trey
because
Young.
like
I was
right
going
now,
for Ice
my
Trey.
boy.
right now
That's
in the
my
league,
guy,
bro, he's
bro.
the best shooter in the league right now.
Yeah, I
like,
would say.
Bro, he's averaging
I mean,
30 a
you-
game.
I mean, I'm only saying that because Stephen Curry
Stupid.
broke his hand and he
Insane.
hasn't played the whole entire season.
Yeah, but you know
But-
what though? Listen, what Trey Young did, I seen the other day. He stepped up his average by 10 full points in one
I was
season.
just about to say that.
Bro, 10 full points. He
And he
stepped
was
up his
talking about-
average.
he was
That's
talking
he's gonna get most improved player.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna
Yeah.
get MVP obviously, you know,
Nah,
because
nah.
they're not even talking about Dame Lillard for MVP, so he's not getting one for
What?
sure.
They already said something about Dame Lillard
Not getting it, yeah.
Not getting it?
Well,
Yeah, like,
Stephen A.
they
and
have,
Max,
like,
yeah,
a-
they're talking about it on First
Yeah,
Take.
like on ESPN,
They
they
say
have
he's
like
not
an
even in the
MVP
running.
ranking,
Well,
and
'cause
he's
not
like
winning?
he's
I
in
mean, yeah,
the running, but he's
basically.
in like
Like, what's the
he's
problem?
nah, he's
Basically.
like 7th or 6th. On like the MVP, which is
Honestly-
ridiculous, but he always he always gets overlooked. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I feel like they should
Playing in
change
Portland,
that,
it
too,
sucks.
about the
Yeah.
winning. Like, some players just have really outstanding years, bro.
Yeah,
And
but
you just
don't-
got to give it to them. Like,
No, well, sometimes they do. I think if the year is crazy, but usually you have to be
You
able to
gotta
win.
win.
Yeah,
You gotta
you
win.
got. It's just
it
And
sucks that
I
it's like
respect
that,
it.
bro.
Yeah, I respect it because you got to respect winning. That's what you go out there to do at the end of the day, anyways. I guess But so the 3-point contest wasn't bad. My boy Buddy won.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout
Coach
out-
Virgin Islands.
Shout out Buddy Hill,
He
man.
almost didn't win, though.
For real.
No, it was clutch.
from,
it was
uh,
it was
clutch.
it was,
Where's
it
he
was clutch.
from? Where's he
I
from?
I think he's
again?
from the Bahamas.
Bahamas.
He's from
yeah.
the
Yeah.
island.
Yeah, he's from the
Yeah.
Bahamas.
He talks like it and everything. I just came out
yo.
here to, to do
Yeah.
my best,
Yo.
Yeah, he's
My
like a
son
West
fixed
Indian
it
accent
real
he's got.
crazy,
He-
too,
yeah,
'cause his
I mean, he
teeth
had
coming
to,
into the
bro.
league was
Bro.
crazy.
Yo.
I don't know if
Shit is-
a lot of people know about
Overbite
Mortal
crazy.
Kombat out there, but he looks like, he used to
Yo.
look like Baraka. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
his-
From
His
from
teeth
like
were-
Mortal Kombat, he's
Yo,
grill.
he
His
fixes-
teeth
he
was
fixes
oh my
joints
god.
up, though.
He's got the
Yeah.
wild horse face.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the real
my
horse
God,
face,
man.
literally.
Nah, Buddy
Ridiculous.
Hill,
It's
That
ridiculous.
boy's
I
ugly.
respect you, my G. You nice. It's just no.
Yo, man, and the skills challenge.
I mean,
Like-
Let's get it.
Sorry.
As
know what I'm
well.
saying?
Bam
Bam
Adebayo.
Adebayo winning the skills
As
challenge,
Giannis
bro.
would say, my African
Like,
brother.
what is
Shout
it?
out to my
I didn't even
African
see it.
brother.
Yo, man.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. It's Bam Adebayo, bro. And
Yo,
he was
man.
water from 3. That's
It's-
what it was. He
it's
missed
all-
1 3
it's
in the
all
whole
these big
competition.
men.
That's it. Yeah, 1 3. That's it. Bam was doing it.
Yo,
Looking
who were the
and
guards?
The
the
guards
Shea Gildress Alexander,
from OKC.
which what was crazy. Let me sidebar on that. Shea Gildress has a cousin in the league, Gildress or Alexander. On the Hornets. The Pelicans. The Pelicans.
Oh, the guard.
Yeah, the
light-skinned
guard. Alexander.
I know who you're talking
He's got a
about.
hyphenated last name also.
No, I gotta look him up, but that's crazy
That's
though.
his cousin?
Yeah, that's
Yo,
his cousin,
man,
and they
that's
played in
crazy.
the Rising Stars game on
Yeah,
Friday.
he
They
was in the
played in the
Rising
Rising Star,
Stars.
both of them, because they were like 1 year apart.
Facts.
Alexander Walker, that's his that's his
Walker.
name, Alexander Walker from the
Yeah, the
Pelicans.
light-skinned dude. I know exactly who
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking
Gildress
about.
Alexander's cousin,
Yeah, 'cause
bro.
he's
Crazy.
good. He's actually
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, he's all right. He's not bad. I know about him from fantasy because in fantasy that I keep up with the fantasy, so like it's different than. Watching fantasy is different from like watching like ESPN highlights every day because in fantasy you're looking at every player. Yeah. You're not so much looking at the team. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I really unless a team is doing really well and a player's like a role player, he might like a role player on a good team might not be nothing on fantasy. He's on the wire all day long. So it's different like that.
Shout out to FF Fantasy League. You know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody.
That's a fierce league. That competition is stupid in that league.
Saying? My son,
because of me.
Saul,
I'm a threat.
Macho,
I'm a threat.
JT Will.
I mean, Hov won the football. Hov won the NFL. He won football this year. Yeah, he won a football.
I'm trying to get you in that. You know what I'm saying?
Get in there.
Man, I gotta pay attention.
Yeah, that's the thing. You really got to be on it. Making moves.
Dedicated.
Well, you know what? Football's a little different though because football the games are once a week. So you really got to get into it maybe on Thursday because it's Thursday night games. So you got to really be looking at it from Thursday to Sunday. Right. But basketball is every day, bro.
All right, so
basketball is NBA's every day.
Fantasy. Like I don't play fantasy, obviously, so I'm asking this question. It might be dumb to some people. I don't know. But do you get like notifications on your?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
If you get notifications,
if you set it up like that,
okay. You know what I'm saying? Or if they're injured or something like that.
So now that's easier, bro. Where you can actually keep. You know what I'm saying?
There's even notifications to tell you if you have a player on your team that everybody else dropped for some strange reason. They'll be like, and he's been dropped by 3,000 teams in the league. Mm-hmm. So it'll be like, maybe I should drop him too. It gives you looks like that.
And basketball would be easier. The hardest part in basketball is probably the draft because you have to draft a good team.
Draft night is crazy though. I like it though.
Crazy.
I like it.
Like, look, right here, like once you have your team, you just gotta press start all active players, and that puts your whole starters for the whole week. So you don't even gotta touch it. You know what I'm saying? Unless. And then it notifies you.
It's like an auto type of thing. Yeah, and but then, you can manually do it too.
Yeah, you can manually.
But usually that thing does a good job of doing it. You usually trust it. But there are some situations where they have a player on the bench because there's too many players. Yeah. But that all comes down to if you have enough players for each position.
And then if somebody's
sometimes
injured,
people are guard happy.
And if somebody's injured in Yahoo, I don't know. I don't know about what everybody else plays, but we play Yahoo Fantasy. And that in Yahoo Fantasy, if somebody's injured, you're allowed to put somebody on like an injured list, and then you could pick up another player on like the waiver wire to fill in. You know what I'm saying? Until your man is like good again, and then you know what I'm saying. Then you get rid of him, and then you know what I'm saying. Stuff like that. It's kind of like being like a GM yourself. You know what I was
gonna say. I taught him everything he knows in the fantasy game. So
oh my god!
If you really want to know, you could ask me.
Every time.
If you,
I'm in third place right now, and they scared of me because they know that I'm coming.
Weren't you lower?
He was. He's actually on the come up.
I remember when
right.
I'm on the verge. You know what I mean? I'm on the verge. I'm on the verge. Yeah. Let's go, champ. I'm on the verge. Let's go, champ.
Whatever you eat, I eat, champ.
I eat.
Shout out to Shannon.
Shout out to Shannon Briggs, man. Shannon the Cannon Briggs, dog.
That boy crazy.
Okay, yeah, I seen him play before.
Yeah, that's Shea Gilgeous' cousin.
Yo, man, speaking of fighting and all that stuff, me and Danny was watching the UFC fights from last night, and it was two light heavyweights. It was this Polish guy named Jan and this dude from Jersey named Corey Anderson.
I don't really watch it hard like that, so I didn't know these two fighters, at all, you know.
But for my people that watch the, what I'm saying, MMA community, Corey Anderson was talking so much smack leading up to this fight, saying that he deserves a shot against John Jones and all that stuff. It's
some big Polish white dude.
No. Corey Anderson.
Oh no, the black guy.
The black dude from Jersey and stuff like that. But he's like a light heavyweight, and he's been on a streak. Yeah, he's been on. You know what I'm saying, winning fights.
John Jones good.
Nobody major.
Hell no.
But that's the whole thing. Like he never versed like a Daniel Cormier or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Name. Yeah. So he's been talking like as if he deserves a shot like that. But last night, man, he got knocked the fuck out.
He got knocked out?
Yeah,
this white was the Polish guy.
Yeah.
That's it. To who? To who though?
To John Jones. They were talking to John Jones, talking shit.
And to make matters worse, John Jones was at that fight.
Time out. Who did he fight though recently?
Oh, he fought Jan Jan Brzezowski or something like that.
Jan Brzezowski?
Yeah, this
And he said it's a
Polish
guy.
dude. He's
I
like
need to see this guy.
Nobody
he's
knows.
like sixth ranked on
Nobody knows him.
he's like sixth ranked on like the UFC light heavyweight division, right? And Corey Anderson is fifth. That's why they put the fight together, because Corey Anderson been like talking a lot that he really deserves a title shot, but he's fifth, so they put him against the sixth dude who they think deserves one too, because in his last 8 fights he's 7-1, right? Before this fight, before last night knocking him out, he was 7-1. So he's been on a little tear because they faced off against each other 5 years ago, and Corey Anderson knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know what I'm saying, Corey Anderson was like, oh, y'all giving me this fight. Why? I think I deserve I already knocked this dude out, whatever the case is. But this dude...
Feeling himself.
But this dude the past 5 years been on a tear.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's gotten better, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know what I'm saying, steel sharp and steel. You know what I'm saying? Steel sharp and steel, bro.
Yeah.
You be in so many fights, you learn stuff. You're not just going to fight the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, yeah, so now, you know what I'm saying? That Polish dude thinks that he deserves a shot at John Jones. But we seen the fight last week with him
John
versus
Jones
Reyes. You know what I'm saying?
That was a hard fight for him, bro.
I feel like they should run that back. I feel like they should run that
But
Reyes
I feel
fight.
like John Jones would already know what to do with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same way with
Of course.
Reyes. Because Reyes was hitting him, bro.
Bro,
he was getting his
first
tags.
three rounds.
You know what I'm saying?
First
He was
3
tagging
rounds.
him up, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
For
was
real.
very,
He was
very,
catching
very
him on
questionable.
Hey man.
Some stuff that John Jones never got hit before, I feel like. You know
Rocking
what I'm saying?
him.
Like,
What John Jones said it. He was like, yo, he exploited some holes in my game that I gotta, sharpen up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because like when he was talking, like we said last week, when Reyes was talking, like, oh, I know I'm gonna be on this and that, and I'm nothing like nobody ever that he's faced before. Like he was really for real about it. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody
That's
talks
crazy.
like that.
That's
People
why
be
everybody
talking like that.
That's why
And it's
everybody
like,
was
all
like,
right, we'll see.
Right, exactly.
because coming in.
Quit the chitter
But that's why I'm like not interested, because I
know.
know at the end of the day, John
He's
Jones is
tough.
just he'll watch any of them too.
Yo,
So
man,
you know what I
You know
mean?
what was
That's crazy.
impressive about John Jones in that fight? He kept moving forward. It's like nothing was hurting him.
Stalked him.
So
he
it's
kept on
like,
walking him down.
so it's kind of like crazy because like nothing was really hurting him.
Yeah.
He was getting hit with hard
Right.
blows.
Yeah,
but
he was getting
nothing
tagged.
was hurting him.
Mentally,
he was still moving him.
Mentally, he was
and
tougher.
pushing him back, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentally, he was tougher.
making him move backwards, bro, the whole time.
Hey man, for the
Crazy.
But
for
the fourth and fifth round, John Jones got it.
yeah, because those are really important rounds, because those are like champion rounds. Those are championship rounds.
got it.
Exactly.
So like if
When you're tired and everything is against
if
you,
you're not
you know
ready
what I
for
mean? Who's
championship
performing?
rounds, you know,
And it was
and
John.
that's
Different.
and that's one thing that I want to
Start
talk
to see
about.
fatigue.
One thing I want to talk about is the scoring and the judging in MMA. Like
Oh.
I feel like, when Joe Rogan and I forgot the other guy's name, was talking about the scoring and the way that they do judging. They have boxing judge.
Yeah,
Boxing
like
judges
there's
judge
no
mixed
MMA
martial
judges.
arts fights. Like,
there's no
how
MMA
can you-
judges. There's not
Yeah.
one.
Why
That
was Joe
can you-
Rogan doing this?
No. He was just pointing out.
No. He was just like pointing it
Yeah,
out.
because
Danny
he
said.
talks about
Yeah.
Joe Rogan does the ringside commentary,
Yeah.
and so
he just does ringside
yeah,
commentary.
Joe Rogan
yeah.
doesn't
I thought
judge.
he
like,
just
judge.
because
No.
I know he's
There's
MMA.
bu-
yeah,
No, yeah,
he
no,
fights.
he's
I mean,
MMA.
he trains and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he doesn't fight or anything.
But
you know?
they,
Like,
he's
but
ringside,
they have,
though.
Yeah.
the same people that they have judging a Terrence Crawford fight is judging a John Jones fight.
Yeah, like so
Okay.
boxing judges
So,
are
yeah.
judging MMA fights.
Yeah,
And so a boxing judge is not familiar with wrestling, right?
That's like
He's
having
not
a foot-
familiar with how
Oh.
important a takedown is
That's like
in a
having
fight.
That's
you know?
that's like having a football referee,
Yeah.
trying to ref a basketball game.
Yeah.
Like you can't,
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
You
like
know?
it's kind of
different.
crazy. It's
You gotta
it's
know
way
round
different.
shit.
Right, you have to
You
know
know
what's
what I mean?
important. Like to
Yeah.
wrestlers, if you're a
Yeah.
takedown in a certain
Because-
position, if you get a takedown, that's
that was-
important.
That's
That
how
affects
John Jones
stuff.
feels too. He thought those two takedowns helped him a lot in that fight because he thought that he was losing the whole fight.
Yeah.
If he didn't take him down, he thought he was
because to boxing people, a takedown is, I guess to them is really a big thing because they judge boxing.
Yeah.
So when they see a takedown, they think that, oh, he's getting the better of the player.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why, like, I feel like, it's kind of flawed in a way because they feel like, how in boxing, like, they're like, oh, the person that walks the person down,
is the aggressor.
Controlling the fight.
Is the aggressor and is controlling the fight. But in MMA, you can't really judge it like that because a person can be a counter guy and just want to be walked down and then just hit you and then your lights out and then that's it.
Yeah.
Or like how Reyes was doing. Clearly, John was walking him down the whole fight, but Reyes was for the first 3 rounds, or at least for the first 2, he threw the most punches.
Right.
Yeah.
So for them not accounting that he threw and landed the most punches. Granted, John Jones was probably the most accurate, but he threw less punches for 3 straight rounds. 4 rounds, that's when he started to pick it up and actually won. You know what I'm saying? Significant strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
so a boxing
tired,
judge just doesn't understand that.
like,
a boxing judge really doesn't get that.
You know what I mean?
That's why it's tough. That's surprising. But in hindsight, listen to this. So this is why when we watch that fight, right?
No.
Me and you, we're watching the fight and we're like, oh, why isn't John Jones taking him down? We were confusing. But listen to this. Exactly what we just said. John Jones already knows that shit, him and his team. So maybe he's like, maybe I got to box because I have boxing judges watching my fight.
Yeah.
So I have to show that I can box to these boxing judges.
A lot,
and it makes sense after a while because I'm looking at it like, yo, he's such a superior wrestler. Why wouldn't he just take him down and start destroying him from round 1? And he's boxing with Reyes.
He was struggling with that too.
Yeah, because he was
He
stuffing
couldn't
a
take
lot
him
of
down.
takedowns. He was stuffing a lot of
couldn't take him
takedowns.
down,
Right.
bro.
Reyes
At first,
was
yeah.
like,
Reyes
really,
was
he's
holding his
strong,
own.
man.
Yeah.
I'm not
Reyes
gonna lie,
he
bro.
was.
Shit.
He was doing his thing.
Strong,
Maybe
strong.
He gets
Reyes
respect.
he really should have won that fight. No funny. If you really think about it,
Every single MMA,
just everything he was just hitting.
A lot of
You gotta
people
count-
say he
you gotta
won
count
3 out of the
hits,
5.
every
bro.
single MMA fighter, and
Gotta
even,
count that.
Yeah.
Dana White, cause fighters watch fights and they score it on like their own how they. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when like an MMA fighter or a MMA person that loves the sport is scoring it because they know what to look for.
Yeah.
Boxing judges don't know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not
They're
fully
just boxing.
invested. They're not fully invested in that sport.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like all the MMA people like Joe Rogan and Dana White and former fighters like Daniel Cormier, they gave it to Reyes.
They need to have.
You know what I mean?
That means they don't have like license to their sport. You know what I'm saying? You could referee boxing and referee UFC. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of interesting.
And these are the people who decide these $1 million fights.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're deciding $1 million fights.
And it's kind of interesting too because Michael Bisping actually spoke about it, and he was like that he wouldn't want to be a judge even if the opportunity presented itself because he wouldn't want to because as a fighter, you know what I'm saying, you're kind of pissed off at the judges if you feel like you gave it your all and then you don't. So like for to put another guy that's been in that position, like he knows that, and he's like, I wouldn't want to fucking do that shit. You know what I mean? Bro, like that's like you being like, I mean, everybody that plays basketball would love to coach, but like put yourself
even I coached.
You know what I'm saying?
I coached for a little bit.
But everybody probably wouldn't love to be in that position, in that critical position where it's like you need to coach the shit out of that game in order to win it. You know what I'm saying? Like not a lot of people really would love to do that. That's why they settle for assistant coaches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
In
like
college basketball, that's different, but in the NBA, it's a player-driven league. In college basketball, the coaches, you can coach your way to a victory in college, but the NBA is different.
The NBA coaches are put in positions to really have to coach, and
you gotta win though.
And you notice the great ones like Pop and Doc Rivers and stuff like that.
Now that y'all just said that, like the coach DeStefano. On Pine Bush?
Yeah.
Like,
On
I feel
Pine
like
Bush.
he.
Shout out Pine Bush basketball.
Yeah, Pine Bush basketball. Y'all playing Newburgh. I forgot the day, but real soon. But
Big game coming up.
yeah, and Newburgh's ranked too. Shout out to Newburgh. That's
Yeah,
what's
man.
up. That's
Shout
a big
out-
jump, man.
Shout out 845.
That's what's
man.
up.
Newburgh is ranked in
Yeah,
basketball.
ranked
bro.
in basketball. So yeah, man. Fucking, I think what's his name? Who else I'm gonna say?
Testefano.
DeStefano. Yeah, I feel like he plays a lot of his his good players
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of minutes. You know what I'm saying? He gives them a lot of
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
bro.
He
He
doesn't
only
give him
trusts
time.
he only trusts his good
Right,
players.
that
you feel me? He
ex-
relies on them.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Exactly
So it's
what it
like,
is. He doesn't trust his
he doesn't
other
trust
players.
his bench players.
Yeah, he don't
You know what I'm
trust them.
saying?
Yeah.
Really.
You know.
But it's like you got to play all your players, bro. I know
As a
that you're
coach,
winning by 30.
yeah.
Some games they be winning by 30 against teams.
And he still
And
doesn't put in.
he don't
certain
put in
players.
his bench players.
I mean, I'll tell you when NBA coaches do that
It's
during
kinda
playoffs
crazy.
because you always hear they got the playoff roster, right? You got to
Well,
make the
man,
playoff
in high
roster,
school
and it's only like
basketball, it's just-
10 people. And,
You know what I'm saying?
that
like
get
I feel
cut
like
down
he's
in the
trying to
league.
make his way.
Yeah.
Like going
Yeah.
back to what we were saying, like
Yeah.
like the coaches really making a jump, going
Yeah.
D2,
Yeah.
D1 coaching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coaching that level.
Yeah.
I feel like he's trying to, coach that level. you feel
Probably.
me?
He is.
Like,
You
he's
know,
not
got
really trying to
aspirations,
teach
I'm
his
sure.
he
teach
is,
his
he's
kids.
trying to get
like,
another Clee Anthony Early. Shout out to Clee. You know
Word,
what I'm
he
saying?
needs
He's
another
trying
he's
to-
not trying to coach really.
Yeah.
You feel me? He's just trying to win.
He's trying to win so he can
You
get
know what I'm saying?
to
exactly.
a certain status. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, they got
So,
that
No,
All
man.
Star.
I feel like
game
he's
on
trying to
tonight,
do
too.
something like
I don't know
that.
what time that's it. So what time does that start?
Yeah.
What? What the All Star game? I think it's
7
supposed to-
probably, right?
7,
That's
yeah,
when
man,
everything
something
7
like
or
that.
8, one of those.
Something like that. Y'all think
That's
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
like really competitive?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
How every-
yeah,
how
the
the All-Stars
way
been
Giannis
going-
picked his
how the
team was so
All-Star been go-
stupid.
All- All-Star weekend ago.
First off, did y'all see how they drafted it? Did like Giannis is the worst?
Bro,
Like
Yeah,
he's the
he
worst.
picked all
LeBron's team's
Africans.
gonna win.
His first 4 picks were Africans.
bro.
He-
Shout out to my
He was
African
like,
brother.
He was like, I want
You know
all
what
the
I'm saying?
hard
Like, that
working, the hard working that's gonna pass.
He picked Joel,
Bro.
Siakam.
Yeah,
He,
He
picked
picked,
somebody over Luka Doncic. I forgot who but he like didn't
He's
even
bugging.
pick. He didn't even
He's
look at
bugging.
Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
you know what's
bro.
But-
crazy?
All Star games are weird though, like that. You know, it could be a good game.
Like
You
I
never
don't know, man. They
All-Star
need to
games
have
are weird
somebody
like
picking
that.
for them, but yeah,
It's very, very funny.
You know what's crazy? Trey Young is in the All Star, bro.
yeah,
Oh.
man.
He's in the
Trae Young,
All-Star
man.
game,
Shout
bro.
out to Trey.
Second
Ice-
year in the
Ice
league,
Trey.
starter.
Yo,
Yo, 10,
Starter.
10-point jump.
All-Star
and a
starter.
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 In the
That's big,
West.
Yeah.
In the
No, he's
West.
in- no, he's in the
East.
East.
I'm
He's in the
bugging.
East, but
He's
still.
Atlanta. Atlanta, I'm
But
bugging
still.
out.
Smack.
My fault. Yo,
But still, he's a
and
starter.
This is coming from a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's
Nah,
bad.
that is.
You
that's
don't do that.
something, bro.
Oh
Yo,
my God,
yo,
son.
Did you see the Michael Vick joint yet? The 30 for 30 shit?
Michael Vick.
Oh,
Nah,
talks
I've
about
seen. I've
his
seen
whole
like
career, bro.
previews.
Yo, you gotta
Yeah.
watch that, bro.
Yeah,
I watched
crazy,
it,
right?
bro.
It's good. I was watching a little
Crazy
bit with him. I didn't get a chance to really
It
watch.
was,
Like,
it's
the whole
really
thing,
interesting
but-
because like when he came up from where he came from and he's looking up to AI because they're from the same in Newport News, Virginia. They call it bad news out there. That was in when he got caught up with the dog fight and shit. Bad News Kennels was the name of his kennels. That was the name that he got caught up with.
Yeah.
But it was wild, bro, because he really looked up to McNabb. That was his,
McNabb?
McNabb was like
McNabb was his man.
as a football
son.
player, McNabb was who he looked up
See?
to.
And no
Hey,
lie,
y'all know a
that
couple
makes a lot of
episodes ago I
sense.
was talking about
'Cause
McNabb.
he's
a little
That's
older,
my
yeah.
dude.
That makes a lot of sense because McNabb was on his mobile shit. Like,
Oh,
on
yeah.
his
Yeah, exactly.
run. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like
Yeah.
he'll get out the pocket real quick. You feel me?
Real quick.
And-
McNabb
and he
hosted
had
him on
the-
his college visit. He went to Syracuse to
bro.
visit for college.
Yup.
McNabb hosted him.
Yup.
And he also said before he went to the
Really?
league,
I didn't know
McNabb
that.
was the person that he called to be like, yo,
Yeah,
I
you
think
see
I'm going to
everybody
jump to the
talking about
league.
McNabb
And
good
McNabb
now,
gave him the
you know what I
okay,
mean?
and he said he
See,
went.
you
That was
see,
like
you
his
see,
old head
ho.
was
He
Donovan
went off
McNabb.
McNabb's okay.
Yeah, that was, exactly. That was
That's
that was
hard,
the
yo.
role McNabb
That's
played.
hard.
They were close. But, once he got in the league, he took it off, bro. You remember him on the Falcons? It was amazing,
Yo,
man. Like, him on the
Michael
Falcons.
Vick on the
He was a
Falcons was just
beast.
amazing.
They
like,
had an
He
ill
was a
commercial,
monster.
bro. Like it was called like the Michael Vick experience, and it was
Yeah,
basically
where they
like
were in,
you
like, the
inside.
machine
Yeah,
and
you're
shit
in like the
and-
booth and you're spinning around, and at the
Yeah.
it was wild, and it was like that though. Like him playing was crazy, bro.
Oh.
Michael Vick was something. And then they go to when he got busted in 07, and they show the
Yeah.
downfall. and they,
Hey, you know my theory about that.
Crazy.
You know my theory about that. I think Michael Vick's brother was behind that. He
Marcus
took the
is a
fall.
thug.
Marcus
Marcus
Vick
Vick
was
is a thug.
Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that TMZ video when he was running from the cop? You ever seen that?
He
TMZ?
was out,
He
bro.
was out,
He's
bro.
an athlete.
Yo,
He's an athlete.
to the point where he
Gone.
felt
He
so
stopped.
bad for the cop. He was like, "Damn, son, I'm
Stop.
smoking him."
Yeah,
like,
he let him go. He
like,
just got arrested.
He just stopped, bro.
That was
Like,
I
that was
remember
crazy,
That's
man.
crazy that you said that. I remember
They
that.
ran out the
But-
Gucci
but-
store or something like
but-
that.
But surprisingly
skated
though,
on him.
no, but surprisingly, like when you
Yeah.
watch the documentary,
Yo.
his brother's not even named in any of this stuff because supposedly at the time of it, his brother was in college at the time,
Yeah.
and so like I guess he was really playing football at the time because his brother went to Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
He just didn't go to the league
Yeah,
like
his
Mike,
brother
but he
didn't
went
really
to
go to
he
the
went to he
league.
started at Virginia Tech like Michael Vick.
Shit.
But it was crazy, bro.
I
They
know
tore
that.
everything down,
Yeah, man,
and then he
it
gets
was
arrested.
like-
He gets like a lot of stuff was taken away, a lot of cars and stuff, and he said he was like a negative $1,000 in a bank. He said when he was in jail.
Just 1,000?
Yeah, I guess it was just 1,000.
That's light.
That right. That's what I thought
That's
too. I
kinda
said that too. I'm
odd.
like, yo, just 1,000? Like you're a
Yeah,
millionaire.
like,
You're
yeah,
in debt.
like-
Yeah,
It should be like
what
a
are you-
couple
what are you
hundred
doing in
thousand.
Shouldn't
jail,
it be
bro?
more?
But
But,
yo,
alright, whatever.
everything was gone, you know. And then he makes his comeback on Philly, and McNabb is the one who calls him, who he calls first. McNabb, he calls McNabb up again, and McNabb's man, I'm out. And McNabb convinces Andy Reid, and then Andy Reid gives him a shot, and he's Michael Vick, obviously.
Yeah.
So when he gave him a shot, he took advantage of it and showed up, and but he almost became MVP. What year was that when he did that in Philly?
He
He
did
almost
that.
became
Yeah,
MVP
nah,
when he
right?
played on the Eagles. He was almost he was an MVP candidate,
when he,
and he should have won
when
it.
He,
I feel
came
like
back.
Mhm.
he
Bro,
should have
we
won it. He
had a
got
squad,
robbed.
bro. We had Jeremy Maclin. We had
LaShawn McCoy,
Yeah,
LaShawn
we had
McCoy was on the team,
LaShawn
too?
McCoy. We had
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson,
Like,
Yeah.
bro, we
Brent
had
Selleck,
a
the
squad,
tight end.
bro. Brent Selleck, shout
the
out
defense
Brent Selleck.
had
He
crazy.
retired right after we won the
Asante
chip.
Samuel,
Like,
don't
yeah, our defense was crazy, bro.
Brian Dawkins.
Wow,
Like, yo,
man.
the Eagles had a crazy
At
squad
the
in
end
like
of the day,
2010 or
At the
something.
end of the day, we was
11.
better than the Giants, man.
Yeah, but y'all
he
didn't
a
do
Giants fan.
right. But that's the
You
thing.
know,
Tay,
Holmes
Tay,
a Falcons fan, but he a Giants
that
fan.
year that
We
they had
in
all
the
those
NFC,
players, they
man.
didn't do shit that year.
You
Like they didn't do nothing that year.
Shut him down real quick.
That was the most talented, one of the craziest teams I ever heard of, talent wise, and
And
they
they do
didn't do
nothing?
a damn thing.
Honestly, bro, I'm not a football head, but I am a Giants fan.
Yeah, he's a Giants
I do
fan.
watch the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
you
Eli got
respect
2
Eli.
rings. What up? Stop playing with me.
Respect Eli.
Hall of
What? We
Famer,
not even gonna
too.
get into
Yeah?
that.
Can't
You
spell
dig?
elite without Eli.
He's from New York.
Not even gonna get into that, bro.
Yeah, listen, man, you gotta
From
give
New
people
York.
credit. Super
And
Bowl,
he's
Super
the
Bowl,
most
it's big.
durable quarterback to ever play. I'm jacking it.
Nah, Brett Favre, I would say, to be honest with you.
Bro. He played
But
every game.
I think Brett
Yeah, but
Favre
Brett
holds the
Favre
record
is a
for most
beast,
starts in a
bro.
row, though. Like concept, but
Brett
you're
Favre
right.
is a
He only
beast.
missed like 6 games in his whole career.
Yeah,
Eli
bro.
only missed like
He
6
played damn
games.
near every game,
That's why
bro.
his
Yeah.
passing records are so
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Because he did.
bro.
It's that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shit. When you play so much,
that's that.
that's why
that's
Kareem
that.
Abdul's
That's that
number one.
Kareem shit.
He played
yeah, that's
22
why he's the
years.
one.
Mhm.
If you play for 22 years, you better score
Yeah, you
100,000 million points. You're
Hell
playing
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Word.
Shit. And so
Yeah.
that's the Eli numbers too. That's why he's 7th all time in passing. Eli's 7th in passing yards. He's like 7th in touchdowns.
That's Hall of Famer status,
Yeah.
bro.
Nah, it
It's
is.
Hall of Fame
And he's got
status.
2
There's a
Super
lot of-
Bowls.
Y'all
And
know
he's
how
got
I
2
feel
Super Bowl
about that.
MVPs.
Yeah, and he
Y'all know how I feel about that, man. You know.
Reality's reality.
Yeah, it is what it is,
stats,
man.
baby.
I
Look
guess
at the
so.
numbers.
And that's why, like, when you
Guess
look at
so.
Michael Vick, you could say, yeah, Michael Vick's a better player than Eli, but Eli had a better career than Michael
I
Vick.
guess so.
You know, it's
I guess
crazy to
fucking
say,
so.
but Eli had a better career than Michael Vick. When you look 7th in passing, his numbers are crazy, bro. 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Yo, and he never really had a offensive line like that, bro.
Who?
You saw Eli?
Come on, man.
There was a
didn't have
couple years where he
There
had
was
a decent
couple
line.
years,
Hey,
There was a
my
couple years
man
where he
did
had a
have.
decent
He
line.
always had a defense, though. It's one thing that nigga
No, he
always
did.
did have. He
That's
always
that's
had
why
a
he
defense.
won. I mean, that's
why he won.
that took him to the that took it. That carried him to the Super Bowl. But
still though,
say it from
but-
your chest.
But what's known from those Super Bowls? Those David Tyree passes,
catch on the helmet.
the Antonio
The lucky
Manningham,
passes, not the
catches.
not the. Oh my God! Look at that perfect placement pass. The oh my God!
Are those
Calm
gr-
down.
Come on.
Are we
Come
talk?
on.
We're not talking about great
No.
receivers though. I can
Come
see
on,
if it was
bro.
a great receiver doing it. We're talking
You
about
see, that's why they
we're
wanna
talking
get
about
into
whack
it.
receiver.
I don't want to get
Listen,
into
I'm
it.
not a Giant fan. I'm a Cowboys fan, but Eli, you got to give Eli in the Hall of Fame. You got to put him in there.
Got to.
You know, but Mike Vick definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Nah,
You
Mike Vick should because
Yeah.
he's like one of the most.
He was game changing.
Like,
Everybody's like a Mike Vick now.
He's
changed the game,
he
you know?
was
A lot.
he was one. You could say that he was one of the biggest threats in NFL history.
yeah.
Like how can you prepare for that?
Bro, he was. It
Game
was
in and
literally
game
like a
out,
video
you know what
game.
I'm
I
saying?
remember
Like, that was
playing
like
with him
people
in
watching
video
Jordan at
games.
one
Yeah.
time.
I remember playing with him in video games, bro, and
His
it was
speed rating was
it
99
stupid.
in
He was the
Madden.
fastest player on the field, and his agility, all those stats that you put up, awareness, agility,
Yeah, he had
movement, all those were up. He was crazy. It was like a ballerina on grass, bro, just spinning around, moving around everybody. It was amazing. Michael Vick is amazing, but he's got no accomplishments in it when it comes to the playoffs or anything, bro, and that's what's crazy.
Man,
Nah,
you know?
man, that's just
That's
crazy.
where Eli. That's where the difference comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody,
Oh,
but
my
Michael
God.
Vick
He's
changed
a
the game
winner.
more than Eli though, because Michael Vick changed the game more than Eli because Michael Vick.
Eli never changed
Bro, have you
anything.
seen that video?
He's a winner.
Look up his stats in those Super Bowl games.
Yo, have you
Let's
seen a
see if
video
those
of
are
Patrick
s-
Mahomes
are-
playing
are
ball, bro?
MVP worthy.
He's a winner.
Have you seen Patrick Mahomes playing ball? That video of him playing ball?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
he
and
can
can
hoop,
play
bro.
basketball.
He can hoop for
Moving
real,
on it,
bro.
bro.
What's
His
up,
handle's
Patrick?
kind of.
Yeah,
his shit
it's
ain't
kind of
really-
loose.
it
It's
ain't
kind of
really- Yeah, it's a
loose.
little
You know
loose,
what
you
I'm
could-
saying?
but
You
he's
gotta get a
nice,
little
though.
tighter.
But
He played
yo,
on a
you
ranked
put
high
him at the
school.
YMCA. He's
Yeah,
dogging
he's
like.
dogging.
And,
You know
and
he played on a
people be
ranked
like,
high
"That's the best
school.
player I ever
He
played."
played high school basketball on a ranked team.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Patrick Mahomes,
Oh,
he played
shit.
high school
Oh.
ball on a ranked team, yeah.
You can
I just
tell,
found that out like a week ago though, but yeah. On YouTube.
But-
You feel me?
Jutsu.
With the YouTube.
Yo, man,
Nah, but
Nah,
I'm
son,
telling you,
that
bro,
shit
that
is
Michael
crazy.
Vick thing was wild, man. Watching it, I'm like,
that shit is crazy.
because Michael Vick, you know, he's everybody. You can't not like Michael Vick if you like football and like sports.
Yeah.
It's nice, you know.
Yeah,
he's
man.
different. You can tell that guy's different than everybody
Nah,
else.
he's like crazy different, and that's the whole thing. Is like if you could change the game in a way, that's why people. That's why Michael Vick and AI is like the same, you know what I'm saying? Because like they really never won championships or rings or whatever the case is, but people know like in history of their sports, like yo, they was some bad motherfuckers, man. Like no, like everybody says if Allen Iverson was 6'4", he'll be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, no, they have had that. I've seen that before where they took like the height version rating and everything and put it. You know, I there was this one dude who makes YouTube videos and he does a good job, bro. Where he did that like pound for pound. That's what he did. Pound for pound, best player of all time. And Iverson was definitely number one at the top of the
Bro,
list. Yeah,
like
pound
you
for pound
can't
wise,
doubt it.
yeah.
He was literally like 5'11". They gave him 6 foot,
I'm an
but
Iverson
he
fan,
was
bro.
because
the numbers he put up.
You know
'cause
my
in Iverson's
my
era,
top 3, man.
in Iverson's era, it was different. Like Matthew and I was watching the something about Michael Jordan earlier, and Michael Jordan had like 61 points in a game against
Yeah.
Dominique,
Yeah.
but he had 61 points when his team only had like 93.
Yeah.
So if your team has 93 and you have 61
Yeah.
of those, that's a high ratio. That's
That's
not like
crazy.
scoring 60 when your team has 120. That's
Yeah,
half the
that's-
points.
That's
But when
crazy.
you have
That's
61 and your
crazy.
team only has 90, that's different. And so that's why what Iverson was doing was so crazy, because he was averaging like 30 and his team was only averaging like 90, you know? So he's averaging a whole third of his team's points. Stupid. If you every time your team scores a bucket, every time your team gets 3 points, you get one of them. That's a dumb ratio, and that's what
Yeah, that's
Iverson was
crazy.
doing.
Right.
That's what Iverson was doing every game, bro. And so
Yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
he's pound for pound like the best player ever, probably.
Yeah,
Yo.
Iverson was a killer, bro.
Who are,
Straight up killer.
who are y'all top like all right, so if you were to build a team, right? And who would be
love this
your
question.
your like starting 5 of all time?
Oh, all time? Oh, I thought you was gonna say like today. Okay. Listen,
I mean,
man.
you could put players in today because player, you know, there's players playing that's worthy of
all
all time.
times?
Yeah. Matter of fact, team regardless 10, like
Just
a
10?
like a starting 5 and like a bench 10.
All right. Well, I go with obviously you go with Michael Jordan. Whoever doesn't pick Michael Jordan is stupid and out of their mind. So you go with Michael Jordan number 1, and then you go with LeBron, and then you put Kobe on there.
You know what? He's only putting Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Because of all what happened, but he would have never did that if.
No, I would have put him on the team if As a starting five? What do you
Okay.
mean? It's
No, go
positionless
ahead, go ahead.
basketball. Like,
Go ahead. So,
right, all right.
So
See, he be
Michael,
trying to paint me
LeBron,
as a Kobe hater, but I would just listen. I would say what Kobe was. Kobe was high shots, high volume, low efficiency.
Yeah.
Kobe wasn't efficient. Kobe jacked a lot of shots and he missed a lot of shots, but
Right.
he took a lot of shots. So when you take a lot, you better make a lot, and he was great. You know,
okay, so
he was inefficient. So
you
Kobe,
said Michael,
LeBron,
Kobe.
LeBron at the 4, and this is where it gets crazy because nowadays 4s are so versatile. But I don't want to disrespect Larry Bird, bro, because he was versatile and he was ahead of his time, versatile too.
Yeah.
But he's not an athlete who I think would be able to hang with in a game like that. Because Jordan was different. Jordan was not, but Jordan was an athlete. Jordan
Yeah.
could hang in today's game athletically. You
How
know,
tall Larry Bird
Nah, I
was?
feel
He
like
was
Larry-
6'9".
You crazy? I feel like Larry
6'9"?
Bird can
He was
hang
that-
in
he was that
today's
tall?
game.
Larry Bird was so
he
smart
was
that
like
he
6'7",
probably would be
6'8".
able to
He was
hang.
6'7",
Yeah, he was
6'6".
like he played power forward sometimes
Yeah.
for the Boston
No, he did.
Celtics.
He did.
You know what I mean?
You know, but listen, man. So I want to throw Larry Bird on there,
Okay.
and then at the 5, the way I feel about big men and real dominant big men, Will Chamberlain is my 5. Dominance.
I know we
Okay.
talked about this last week.
Dominance.
All right. That's.
You feel me? Nobody's stopping that team, bro.
So that's
yeah.
your 5.
I don't care about Kevin Durant.
That's your
Yes, I don't care.
What's
Yes.
your 5? We gonna go back
Honestly,
around because you gotta say your bench.
Kevin Durant might not
It's,
make that.
it's the same damn near
You feel
5
me?
as him. Honestly, I
Fucks with it.
would say
Don't let me affect your
Braun.
pick though. You could jump out a window if you want, my nigga. Don't be afraid, cause he be liking to think that yeah, that's the.
No,
It ain't no butterfly
yo,
effect. You feel me?
Braun,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, Jordan, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan is
Yeah.
always in the top
Yeah.
5.
Nah,
Right.
facts.
Different.
Jordan. I said Kobe, Braun, Jordan.
I thought you was about to say Zion.
Imagine. Nah,
He's there.
He ain't there
4.
yet.
I would say Tim Duncan.
Timmy,
I give you that.
I'll give you
I
that.
respect
I'll give
that.
you that.
No.
You
Oh,
got
he
to
told-
I'll
he's taking
take
it
that
away.
back.
He's taking it
I'm
back.
sorry.
Taking it back.
I can't do it.
Back though.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Hakeem the
Oh
Dream.
well, I would
Hakeem
consider
the
him center.
Dream.
I'm-
You're right.
I'm
You know what? I
picking
disrespected
Hakeem.
him.
But in
I
this day,
disrespected him.
but remember, we're doing it in this day and age in basketball.
You
where
said
we
all
rank it.
time.
In this
Yeah,
day and
all-
age, he would
all time.
eat.
He would still
He would
eat just from his
eat.
footwork.
He would
His
eat.
footwork,
He
his
got
shot,
better
he had
footwork than
mid-range
players
too.
right
Than
now.
Embiid.
For
Yo,
real.
He would.
and
He makes
made-
Embiid
and
look
he
like.
made a couple threes in his career.
There's players wanting to go to his crib in the summertime and work with him just for
Yeah,
footwork.
that's
some
a fact.
Zen master
Kobe
shit.
did it his
Kobe
whole
too.
career. Kobe.
But
some Zen
Hakeem
master.
was the first one to really get it popping. Like
Alright, so
people
you-
really
so
going
I
to him.
disrespected Hakeem. I like
so
that.
you-
Hakeem,
So you said
Disrespected
Braun,
him.
Mike, Kobe,
Mike, Hakeem,
Hakeem,
and I'm picking.
oh, you know, that's
I
right.
didn't pick the
Yeah,
fifth.
yeah, that's right. You took it back. Took Timmy back.
No, I took back the 4th.
Yeah, Timmy.
Timmy's a power forward, right?
Yeah, but you took him
David
back.
Robinson. Yeah, I
you
just.
took him back, took him back.
5th, I'll say Shaq.
He was the
Shaq
the
Diesel.
the Diesel.
That's
He was just too
That's what I mean,
dominant,
starting
bro.
5.
That's
That's
good.
big man. That's power basketball. You're
When
playing.
he's in the paint,
You're playing power
yeah,
basketball.
Power
You got Hakeem at your
basketball
4.
and finesse.
Yeah,
Hakeem, he's gonna
Yeah.
finesse you from the 15-footer.
Yeah, facts.
You got Braun winning the pass. He's
Yeah.
gonna get it to him whenever.
Yep.
Kobe's a killer. Jordan's a killer.
I think
Yeah.
my niggas are running and gunning
Listen,
a little
this
more
is-
because
this
Larry
is my
adds
starting
that,
5.
adds that 3.
Yeah, Larry got that 3. Look, this
You
is
got
my
the El
starting
Rache.
5. My starting 5 is my starting 5 is. Look, he's not. My
Go ahead, go ahead,
my
go
starting
ahead. Let
5,
him know.
and this is as my point guard. My point guard is gonna be Allen Iverson.
Mm,
My shooting guard is gonna be Michael Jordan.
mm.
My small forward is gonna be Kobe Bryant. My power forward is gonna be LeBron,
Oh, he's one of those. Okay, I see.
and my center is gonna be Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well,
Like, what can you say about that starting 5?
well, let's start from the start then. Your point guard has to be able to distribute. Your point guard doesn't like to pass. So
This
that's-
is positionless basketball. You know who's going to be distributed.
I mean, if
Bronny-
you wanted to,
So then
Bronny's
put him
gonna
at
be
point
averaging
guard
a
then.
tri-
That's
Bronny-
why I put
Bronny
That's
will
why I
average
put
a
him at
triple-
my point guard.
I said Braun.
Yeah, I put Bron
said
as my point
Bron.
guard because that's what he's gonna do.
Kobe
Why don't
Jordan.
you put him at the position? So really, you want LeBron at your point guard.
But he
So
he
where-
is though
so-
because he's gonna be stretching the floor for me. Like he's gonna be
Technically, I
average.
see what you're saying.
He's gonna be averaging a triple double,
He's
bro.
gonna
But can
do
we
that.
set these
You know
in
what
the
I'm
right
saying?
setting though?
And then you have
this
Jordan.
makes no
No,
sense to
and then you have Jordan and Kobe who is like, you know, in history's like the best two-way players, defense, offense. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're acting like Kobe or Jordan can't guard any small forward.
Honestly,
And Bronny speaks for himself. He plays all 5 positions.
I would put
Right, and you got to put him at the position he's gonna
he's
play
supposed
for
to-
you.
Yeah, play,
He
yeah.
plays
know?
all 5 positions though.
Right. Okay.
four is
but,
not his
but,
natural
right.
position, though.
Like,
But he
yeah,
could
like,
play
that's what
it,
I'm saying.
though.
We're not
He could play it.
okay.
So I'm putting him
All
there.
right, so that's your team. So you want Allen? You got Allen Iverson
All right.
out there. So if my team was to play your team, then we would turn Allen Iverson into a mismatch because he can't guard anybody in my starting 5, and I think that my
Why
starting
can't he
5.
guard anybody in?
Who is Allen Iverson going to guard? I have LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, Larry Bird, and Wilt Chamberlain. Who is Allen Iverson going to guard? Absolutely nobody. He's going to get moused every
Yeah.
possession.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
But who's guarding him?
yeah, he got it. Yeah.
We'll play
It
a
goes both
zone.
ways.
We'll play a zone on him.
You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
play a zone and shut him
Yeah,
down.
he's not
But-
getting to the paint.
Okay,
But-
but
I'll tell
you're
you
really
what, though.
acting like he has no IQ.
He gotta
like,
shoot.
like he's not gonna pass the ball to.
He gotta shoot, though.
to
Right.
Jordan.
He gotta
and-
shoot a lot.
So
Yeah,
once he
you know
passes,
what I
he
mean?
eliminates himself as a threat.
bro.
Because
when
Allen
he
Iverson's
played-
an on-the-ball
when
player.
When
Once he passes,
when
he's
he
eliminated.
played with
Yeah.
Melo, correct me
So
if
he's
I'm
no,
wrong.
he's a
It's a four-
he's a
it's a 4-on-5
disadvantage.
game.
Correct
Yeah,
me if
he's
I'm
a
wrong.
disadvantage.
When Allen Iverson played with Melo, didn't they go to the Western Conference Finals? Did they or
Say that. I'm sorry. What?
I mean when Allen Iverson played with Carmelo Anthony in Denver, didn't they go to the Western Conference
I
Finals?
believe so.
I'm gonna
Right?
check that.
In the finals, I
Western-
know that
Western
Western,
Conference
Conference finals.
They went
I
to
don't
the
know
Western
about
Conference
that.
Finals, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna check that.
No?
I know they went to the playoffs though.
Because I know that he was actually averaging a good amount of assists that year.
I know they went to the playoffs though.
You know what I'm
you know,
saying?
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
when he
one
was
year.
forced.
He was-
when he was forced to
when he was
change his
playing
game.
with-
When he
playing
was
with
actually
Melo.
bro, but that was his first time really playing with actually
superstar.
somebody.
Yeah, a superstar.
Somebody worthy of actually giving the basketball to, not a Tyrone Hill and a Matt Geiger.
I'm not gonna hold you.
You know what I'm
he had
saying?
all the elite-
2009, where they were in the Western Conference Finals. Denver Nuggets.
Wasn't he on that team?
I'm checking right now. I'm about to tell you right now.
I'm not 100% sure. But
09?
I would have.
I thought it was-
so.
You might have been on that team 09.
Chris Anderson, Carmelo Anthony, Chucky Atkins, Ronaldo Balkman. Remember him?
Yeah, Ronaldo. Yeah,
I remember
Chauncey
Ronaldo.
The
Billups,
Knicks.
Anthony Carter,
He's not on that team.
Jason Hart, Nene Hilario,
Nene.
Allen Iverson,
Allen Iverson.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah,
Okay.
see.
Jawan Howard, Kenyon Martin, J.R. Smith. They had a team.
Yeah,
Time
they
out.
had a
You
team.
said Nene Hilario?
Nene was on that
Yeah,
team.
Nene
A
was-
young
I never
Nene.
heard of
A
his
young
last
Nene.
name in my
Yeah,
life.
right. You always thought it was just one name. Nene.
Nene.
When he
That's all
first
they
came
said.
into the league, Hilario used to be on his back. But
Word?
those Brazilians, they use their first name as like their last name. You know, like
Mm.
Ronaldo and all these one
Mhm.
Neymar. They do that. So he Nene. But yeah, Allen
Wow.
Iverson was on
Bro.
that team.
Yeah, see.
Didn't know that.
So
You learn
so
something every day, man. You're
unofficial experts, baby.
unofficial
But-
experts.
But that's but that's why I feel like if he was like if early on in his career, like obviously me first off, I became a Kobe fan watching the 2001 NBA Finals when Philadelphia was going against the Lakers in 01. I remember watching that, and that's how I became a Kobe fan because they shitted on us. But, you know, AI had the most iconic moment in probably NBA history by walking over Tyronn Lue. But, yo.
First of all, just being in the finals with that team.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. And he won
And
MVP
his
that
team-
year. We had the we had Dikembe
was
Mutombo,
wildin'.
who was who
Eric Snow.
who got defensive player of the year
Trash.
that year. Yeah, Eric Snow. And we had Tyronn Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Actually,
But
I mean,
but we had Gary Coleman. Right? Or was his name Darren Coleman?
Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman.
Gary Coleman. The nigga's like 5'3".
Derek Coleman's a midget.
Imagine. Hey,
We had Gary Coleman. He was wilding.
Wait, Gary.
We had Gary Coleman.
Gary
He was
Coleman.
wilding.
Yo,
I mean,
bro.
Derek Coleman, who's a NBA legend. He's a he's a Hall of Famer and stuff like that. And on his New Jersey Nets days and stuff like that. You know,
I don't know. Allen Iverson's a goddamn ball hog to me. That's why he would be a
Come on,
mismatch.
son.
And I think if you put up your team against Tay's team, I think Tay's team might power because Tay's team is more powerful and bigger and stronger than my starting five.
But my team is all about finesse, and you know,
so you would have to turn it
team's
into
not?
a track meet. You would have to turn
and
it
my
into
team
a track
can do a
meet.
track meet. Kobe,
Yeah, no, I know.
Jordan,
They could.
LeBron,
You would have to.
AI,
You would have to.
and Hakeem
Hey,
Olajuwon.
yo,
Yeah, you would
and
have
I
to.
was thinking about KG. That's if I really.
Okay,
was.
but now
I was thinking
now
about
let's
KG.
go to your
to
bench.
KG on
Now-
the power forward.
I think Hakeem is a
Alright,
better
so-
KG.
so
Better
now-
than KG.
so now
I like
let's go
Hakeem
to
better
that's
than KG.
spice, nigga. That's
So
These niggas said that's
who's
spice.
coming off the bench? Who's coming off the bench?
All right, so I'll give you my bench here. So the bench would be probably. We'll start off because I didn't say Hakeem, so let me start off with Hakeem right there, and that as my 6. After Hakeem, I'll say Timmy. So I'll make that the 4 and the 5.
Okay.
And then my backup 3 is probably gonna be Isaiah at the 1. Now you know what? Let me stop it. Let me stop
backup
it.
3 is Isaiah. Who?
No. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that wrong. Not my backup 3. My backup 1 would be
okay.
Let me not say Isaiah because this new school era.
You could
This
put
guy.
a lot of people.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
yo,
what I'm
you
saying.
talking
I would
about
probably
Isaiah
say
Thomas?
yeah. I was gonna say.
Isaiah Thomas can hang, bro.
You know what though? I think Stephen
Ball
Curry.
style
I think
wise?
Stephen Curry's different though. You know, I gotta put Steph Curry as my backup 1, bro. I have to, just cause he stretches it for real.
For real.
He turns a 3-point line to
lie.
the 30-foot line, a 35 footer. So that's the backup 1. Backup 2 guard would probably be. I already used Kobe and Mike there, you know, so I can't use them as 2s. But
you can still put a lot of people there.
nowadays,
Word.
yeah, in today's NBA or in this generation, you know what? I'll use him like a 2. So I'll put Allen Iverson on my next 5, and then the 3. This is tough. Yo, this is I don't know. I'm gonna say somebody from today because niggas today are balling, and I'll say James Harden.
3?
Yeah,
3. You
put
should have
him
put
in
him
my
as
3.
your 2.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson can't play the 3 though.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
'cause if that's what you wanted.
Okay.
All right, so who's your bench? Who's coming off of your bench?
All right. I'm not even gonna name no 6-man or whatever. I'm gonna just go like, you feel me? Because they're all great.
Yeah.
You feel me?
No.
The 1, I want to switch it up.
Get a different style, different pace
Yeah,
coming
I
son.
in.
want to switch it up on niggas real bit. a little
Microwave Vinny Johnson.
bit. Word, something different, bro. Yo, I'ma say Magic.
Magic, you
I'ma
can't
say
deny
Magic.
that.
I
At the
mean,
one.
he's
you can't argue
arguably
Magic.
the greatest point
Yeah,
guard of
you
all
can't- you
time.
can't argue Magic.
You really can't argue that. Okay.
I'm gonna go Magic. 2. This is when it gets kind of dicey. There's not a lot of good 2s. No funny, like.
Yeah.
There's not
Aside-
a lot
aside
of
from
good
James,
2s.
not in
aside from
NBA
Harden?
history, there's actually probably like right now you have to put Harden up there.
Yeah, you got to put Harden
all
because of what
time.
he's
So
doing.
you
You
could
know, every
probably
game
put-
he's scoring crazy.
You could probably
bro.
put 4 because there's Mike, Kobe, Dwayne
Yeah, but I got
Wade,
them.
and-
I got
and
those
James
2
Harden.
in my starting 5.
Yeah.
D Wade is kind of. I don't know about D Wade, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not a D Wade fan.
Oh, yo,
Nah,
ho.
To me,
listen, he's not a
Ho.
shooter.
Hold,
Nah, if-
hold,
we
know how
gonna
I
be
feel.
tight.
Straight
he's
up.
He's not a shooter. He's not a shooter.
Straight up.
But he's clutch though.
He is clutch.
He's wild clutch.
He shows up for you, bro.
Yeah, he's
But
wild
if he didn't
clutch.
have Shaq leaving the Lakers that year,
Oh, he don't get that ring
He
in
don't
06?
get that ring.
In 06, he doesn't
it's
eat?
way harder, bro.
He was
He
almost
had
averaging
a fresh
40.
Shaq,
He was,
bro.
he
But
was
that's my
almost
argument.
averaging 40 in the,
Rest
in the
in peace,
NBA
but
Finals.
rest in peace, but
Yo,
that's
I
my
got
argument
you,
about
bro. Fuck
Kobe.
you mean.
That's my argument about Kobe is that Shaq.
He helped.
I don't know if Kobe
He
would
helped
have
a lot.
5 if he didn't have Shaq for
Yeah,
3 of them.
definitely.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
so.
agree.
But you have to say vice versa.
Vice versa.
You don't know if
I don't know
like,
because
would
Shaq
have
did it
Kobe.
without Kobe.
did it.
As soon as he left, he
But
went to
Kobe
Miami
did it
and won
without
with
Shaq.
D
Yeah,
Wade.
Kobe did it
That's
without
what-
Shaq twice.
It's
He did.
It's
No, he
vice
did.
versa.
He
You
did.
know what
bro.
I'm saying? And it could have been
And
3
he won it
times,
quicker.
You know?
No.
Nah, he won it in 2000.
Shaq won
Shaq
it
won the
quicker
year
than-
after.
Yeah, he
Shaq
won, he
Shaq
he
won as
won
soon
it.
as,
Shaq,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why
Bugging
Shaq
out.
proved it because
I'm
Shaq
bugging
left
out.
the year after and did it, bro. To me, I remember throughout history. I remember,
Alright,
you know, because
so
I'm a
that
little
was
older.
what?
I'm on my second.
Okay.
I named the first Magic.
Magic.
Magic. All right, 2. I'm gonna just go quick. Damn.
Nah, Joe.
Jamaz.
Crazy, bro.
Son Jamaz.
It's hard, bro. I'll say AI.
AI.
I
Okay.
watched
Yeah,
AI
I fucks
growing
with it.
up,
Yeah,
bro.
me
He's a
too, man.
competitor,
I
bro. That's
grew-
why I put him
grew
in
up
on mine
Jersey,
too,
and
bro.
That was
Man.
like my
And he's just
everything, bro.
has a large heart.
Allen Iverson's he's legit.
He's a dog,
me. He's
bro.
legit.
He's a dog.
He's a
He's a
5'11"
killer.
dog.
He's a killer.
He's legit.
Straight up. 3. And damn, son, it's hard, bro. I
When
really
you
don't.
thinking all time, because there's a lot of basketball
All
players, you know. Because
time.
like
There's
I
just so
didn't
many
give respect to
basketball
any of the
players.
guys from the '80s like Dominique or Pippen or Clyde or not
Not
really.
Pitt.
But top 10 is rough. You know,
Yeah,
top 10 is hard to
is
get
hard,
into.
bro.
Trust me.
Actually, I'm gonna go with the 4. I'm gonna get Timmy in there.
Yeah,
Timmy's
definitely got
getting
to.
in there. You gotta
Yeah.
throw Timmy in there, bro.
Yeah.
I agree.
The 4,
Gotta throw
Timmy.
in there.
5. Damn.
Switch it up and go PJ Tucker. He was playing center now. Hey, what?
That's crazy, bro.
That's new school
Yo,
basketball, new era. Andre
3.
Drummond's a nobody.
I would say I'm trying to name people. I didn't watch him like that, but he was great. Barkley, bro.
Oh yeah, you got to put him in there.
And Barkley was like talent wise
was a
and what he did style of
dog.
play is like today's. Like Barkley was like
Yeah.
Draymond on steroids. That's what
Yeah.
Barkley was, like Draymond on steroids.
I feel like he would have been
Barkley.
like a Zion Williams type player.
Barkley.
Because when
Yeah.
he first came into
Zion,
the
yeah.
Sixers, he was like dribbling up and down court and dunking it crazy.
Yeah, I was watching old videos where he had a
Yeah,
weight
like,
problem
yeah.
coming in when even
Oh,
in
yeah,
college.
Of course, he had
Even
a
in
weight problem.
college.
You
Just
talking
too
about-
big.
No, but
He
there
a
was
big
some
boy,
bro.
man.
But at the end of his Sixers career, he was in good
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
At the end of his Sixers career, he
Yeah.
was in good shape. Like when he was on the Dream Team
Yeah.
in '92,
He
when
was the top
first
scorer on that
Phoenix.
team.
Yeah, he won
that's a fact.
MVP. That's when he won
Yeah.
MVP is
Yeah.
when he went to Phoenix, and he
Yeah.
was in the best shape
Yeah.
of his life.
Barkley.
So,
Nah,
so
Barkley's
that's
legit.
your third. That's your.
You know
third,
what?
Barkley?
I'm sorry. Take out Barkley, bro.
Uh.
I'm gonna go with somebody I
You
know
love slash
that
that
I really
C.
watch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Okay.
KD in there.
Oh yeah,
KD deserves it, bro.
Nah, he
He's a
does.
killer.
He's all time. He's
a killer, bro.
He's all time talent, bro.
He's a killer. He is.
Nah, yeah.
When he was on Golden State,
yeah, he
took over, bro.
Big moments. He definitely.
and they
stepped
would have
up.
won if he was still good.
I just
bro,
I don't
if
like
he
his
didn't get injured.
personality.
Straight
yo.
up.
I just don't like him.
I'm
as
a
a
yeah.
person.
He did a bitch move.
Yeah.
Not only that, like
But-
in the interview, the Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson shit, bro. Like the
I
way he
didn't
talked
see
about.
it. I didn't
Bro,
see
he-
it.
he's just naming his just starting 5 though. That's all he's doing.
But KD's a monster though on the court. For real, he's
Yeah.
a monster.
Nah, he is.
Nah, he is.
He
But he will blame you.
Undeniably,
But he
you
will
gotta
blame you
guard
faster
him
than
once
anybody
he-
else, too.
Once he passes half court, you gotta guard
You
him.
gotta
He likes-
guard him.
He's like a taller Steph Curry.
He's a 7-footer
Straight up.
with point guard handle. Like that's ridiculous.
taller Steph Curry from beyond the line.
Yeah.
I don't
You
think
know?
he's as water as Steph is, though. I think Steph
So
is a
that's
different
so
kind of
he's your
shooter.
third.
KD.
I would say.
All right. So who's your fourth?
I thought he did it.
I did my fourth.
Oh,
Yeah.
who?
He said
I
Tim
did
Duncan.
Tim
Oh,
Duncan.
Timmy. I saw who.
Yeah,
so
he-
who's
he-
your fifth?
he-
All right, fifth is Damn, bro, it's like I don't even know. Like I never thought of a 10. I always thought of 5s.
5, right?
Well, just your backup center, I guess this would be,
Backup
right?
center. Okay.
Yeah, you can do a lot.
I'm going.
Joel.
Joel?
Nah,
Hell
he's
no.
not an all-time yet.
Hell no.
Not yet.
I don't know, bro.
Hell
I
no.
really don't know.
He-
My 5, bro.
No.
I really don't, bro. I don't know who to put
So you
in
might
there.
as well
I
say
mean-
Joel if you
I
don't
mean,
care.
there's-
Then
I mean, shit. This is like, well, you know,
I
Abdul
never
Jabbar.
really-
There's Hakeem Olajuwon.
he put
did
Hakeem as his
Hakeem.
Oh
4.
yeah. Hakeem's your 4.
I'll fuck around and just put Garnett in there.
Garnett as your 5. That's
Yeah.
actually a 5. Yeah,
I'll
he's
put
a 5.
Garnett.
Even Timmy's
I
a
love
5.
Garnett back in the day.
Yeah,
So, let's
man.
hear-
His-
let's-
He's a
because of
killer.
his intensity,
He's a
man.
killer too.
The way that he played, you know what I'm saying, with so much intensity. He talked so
Yeah,
much shit though. You know?
That's my 10, man.
He
That was
talked a lot of shit. He talked a lot of shit.
struggle right there.
You know.
but-
All right. So my bench, coming off of my bench, my point guard is gonna be Stephen Curry.
Okay.
You know, coming off
That's choice.
the bench. My two is gonna be James Harden.
I agree.
My 3 is gonna be Scottie Pippen.
No defensive. Okay, defensive. He wants to lock
Only
somebody.
thing. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Only
go
thing
ahead.
about James Harden, that's why I didn't put him in mine. I agree.
Bro, he's an all-time
He's a
talent,
beast,
bro.
bro.
He's a beast,
His
man.
But on the
numbers are-
defensive
beast.
end, he
But he can though. Like in a late there's-
passing lanes.
Yeah, no, there's
Guarding people,
Yeah.
he's shaky, bro.
he's not who you
Yeah.
want to
Shaky.
guard.
Yeah.
At the end of a game situation, that isn't who
Yeah.
you want to throw out there, obviously. But if in late game situations, he guards his position very well because he's a smart player at the same time too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Very
And so a
smart.
smart
Yeah, he's
player
smart.
knows where to put himself and get
Yeah.
beat the guy to the
Just
spot.
swiping at the ball.
Yeah, beat the guy to the spot and all that stuff. You know,
All
smart
counts.
players know that. You know, so I think he's a decent defender.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now
But
my
yeah, no, he has some bad bloopers
Yeah.
though. His
He
bloopers
Bad,
are
bro.
terrible on
Bad,
defense.
Yeah.
bro.
Now my
Yeah.
4, that's where it's tricky for me because, you know, I just want to just say, oh yeah, Tim Duncan straight off the bat, but I'm like thinking about it, and it's like,
Don't say Anthony Davis.
no.
Be honest.
No, that's it, it's tough, bro. It's really tough. I mean, out of 4, like you could put, you know, for like a power forward, man, you could put a lot
A lot of people.
of people at power forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Especially
I'm saying?
nowadays, everybody plays the 4.
Even Dirk. You can put Dirk up
Yeah,
there if
that's-
you really wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. Like
If
you
you
could
really wanted to.
you could literally put
In his prime,
you
Dirk.
could literally put Dirk up there. You know what I'm
Forget
saying?
about it.
But the 4, man. Man, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's-
it's
that's
hard, bro.
man. I tell
It's
you what,
hard.
man. I tell you what about the 4s, man. You know, I tell you something about those 4s, man. There's a lot of guys about those 4s, man. You know, but yeah, man, the 4 shit. I'm gonna skip that for now, and I'm just gonna go to the
Going to
5.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the 5, and the 5, I'm picking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for my 5 coming off the bench to replace Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? Why not talent replace talent? All right, back to the 4. The 4 now, because you got Karl Malone, you got Tim Duncan, you got. Can you put Kevin Love up there right now? Because
Nah,
nah,
I don't think so.
you wouldn't think so. You got
He
the
slowed down
Admiral
a
though.
lot, bro.
You got David Robinson.
David Robinson.
That's-
He's more of a center.
Yeah, he kind of is more of a center, I guess.
You got Karl Malone, bro. Karl Malone.
The second
Karl
best
Malone
scorer.
was a killer. See, that's the thing. That's where it gets tricky. Like,
Yeah,
you leave out a lot of players that you should have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that deserves to be in that spot.
yeah.
It's
You know what?
just- it's all about
know
who
what?
you like, honestly.
And that's
at the end of the day.
and that's my whole tricky thing
your 10 is
because
all who you like. That's
and that's
great.
my whole
You feel
tricky
me?
thing because the people that I named, like, you know, I didn't name
Everybody got a
I didn't name
different
KG. You know what I'm saying? But those are my top 3 right there. Those are my
who'd
top
you put
3
as your-
power forwards that I'm having a hard time to choose between is KG, Tim Duncan, and who'd I say again? Karl Malone.
Karl Malone, yeah, Karl. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Like
Mom.
those are my, you know what I'm saying? Because I already picked my 5. I picked my 5 already.
Karl Malone's just a pure scorer. He's getting
Yeah.
buckets,
And
shooting
he had
mid range,
He had
inside.
the right point guard
Oh,
beside
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
John Stockton.
They
John
had
Stockton.
they
John
had that.
Stockton's a point guard too, where you could
They
put,
had the
put,
recipe, bro.
He has,
Put him in your
he
starting
has
5.
He has the most assists in NBA history, and Karl Malone has the second most points. In NBA history.
That was the
That's
recipe.
like that's
That was the recipe.
Crazy.
They
and
had
Jordan
it.
beat them.
And Jordan beat them.
That's what makes
Yeah.
Jordan the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly.
He beat him like 3 times. In a
Yo,
row.
So you know
he
what?
never
For
lost
my-
to the finals.
For my 4th, bro. For my 4, I
Never lost in the
will.
finals.
I will pick Karl Malone, bro.
Karl Malone's a good pick.
I will pick Karl
Heard a
Malone.
lot of
Very good
scumbag stories about him, though.
So-
Personally, hitting
so-
on Kobe's wife and stuff.
Yeah, so I have
Malone, he's
so
different.
He's a
so
scumbag.
so coming off the bench, I have Stephen Curry. Who do I have in my who do I have as my 2? Oh, James Harden, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, and
5th was
who was my 5th?
Kareem, right?
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was my 5th. Though that's coming off the bench.
It's not bad. Listen, man, I like all of them.
That's what
That's
what I mean though. It's like
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean
all
because
about
we're
the
naming
I think-
like
that
all
you
time, but
like
these are like
that will
our.
be in there. You
We
feel
just
me?
want
Like,
you to know our
everybody's shit is
preference
gonna be different.
of like
Yeah.
players
Alright.
of all time. Like that's
There's
where
always
that's
gonna
my
be a
all
debate.
time ranking.
about each roster.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong.
and you know this old nigga put Wilt Chamberlain up there.
Dang, Wilt was dominant in his time, bro. And he
say.
probably
His
still
time
would've
he
been
was.
dominant.
Listen,
In his time, he definitely was.
great players put Will up there. Great NBA players put Will in their top. So
And niggas is leaving
I
now.
just
Bill
follow
Russell.
suit.
Yeah, Bill Russell. But I feel like no funny. I
Come
feel
on now.
by just
He's got
just
rings.
seeing the highlights
Come on
and
now.
shit like.
Yes.
Because that's
No.
all. That's
He
that's
was
all
ahead
that
of
we
his time
have.
too. He was like Bam out of Bayou back then.
Different.
What
Yeah,
Bam is
no,
doing
bro.
now, he
Only
was doing that
6'9".
back then.
He was
Playing
more.
the center, right?
Yeah.
He was
more-
center.
Yeah, he
I
played
feel
center.
like
forward.
Center, center.
he-
He
center,
played center
right?
for sure. Him and
I-
Wilt was going at
I
it.
feel like he was more skilled than Wilt Chamberlain was as like a player because he did more on the basketball. But Wilt was just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
But you can't knock somebody for being ahead.
So, he was more skilled, but Wilt's ahead of his time. I don't
Well,
know what that means.
No,
Wilt
Bill,
was
because Wilt was just stronger
Wilt
and
could-
bigger. He was the only
no,
7
Wilt
footer.
wasn't just dunking
He
on
didn't
everybody,
score.
bro. He had
didn't
finger
score
rolls.
He didn't score 100 points on Bill Russell.
No.
I'll tell you that much. He scored 100 points on people that were 6'6" guarding him. Like you know
Bet
what
you
I'm
he
saying?
scored
That was,
50 on Bill. Like,
and I bet you that Bill scored 50 on him
No.
too.
No,
Like, what
Bill's
do you mean?
specialty was defense. That's why Defensive Player is a Bill Russell Award. You know?
Yeah. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing to Unofficial Experts.
You dig?
My man Tay
Understand.
Bodie,
Very special guest.
Danny Do,
I'm here every week.
the most special guest. You know what I'm saying?
Usually
And
behind
FF
the camera.
Scheme.
Now he's in front of the camera. It's a little different approach
Yeah.
this time.
It's a little
Respect.
different today. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Big
little
facts.
different. It's a little different.
Double FR.
All right, comment, like, and subscribe, and actually go and follow my man's Instagram, the Life of Tay. You know
Follow
what I
that
mean?
media.
Understand?
FF
Follow
Scheme.
me.
Follow that media.
He has no
Follow the
media.
dog.
Don't follow that
He
media.
never even had a MySpace.
Ever.
My son is off the grid. That's what that means.
For real, I said it
He's a
last time.
ghost.
I'm like an Alaskan
I
life
said
below
it last
zero
time.
person. You know what I mean? I'm one of those.
Subscribe. You know what to do.